Hey there, my fellow miners, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, episode 44, Black Lung. The second half of this is to build the coop itself. And I would like to use... Oh, hello. Oh, you're scared of me? I would like to use wood. Most of my things that are built so far are stone, cobblestone. And... Oh, I think that moose is attracted to the, to my trap already. Oh, there's a giant oak here, too. Okay, I'm gonna mark this oak down for later. But I'll make a maple animal hutch. I don't know, it's just hanging out there. Put the retrap against the central pillar. Yeah, the intention that I had was to build more than one trap. So I also want to go cattail hunting so that I can catch more than one animal at a time, because one animal at a time won't make a, you know, won't fill a chicken coop quickly. That's probably enough wood. I'm a little over-optimistic about how quickly this would work. And I should also label it, but it is literally, I built it right next to the chicken marker. So, I think I'll be able to find my way back. And I'll leave that chicken marker pinned, because it's one that I'm going to want to periodically recheck. Oh, got it. Dead male moose. So dangerous. And also so dead. Okay. Second part of the project will need a saw, which means I need to go... Oh, there's boar back here again. Go back to the workshop, grab my saw to build the chicken coop parts. Oh, perfect. Nope, pause that. I did say I wanted more than one trap. And I'm staring at a bunch of cattails, so let's do that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting boars down in the pit. It's why I provided a little bit of food for every animal type. And then, of course, predators are going to be attracted to trapped animals, too. It's not reasonable to consider ranching anything that I don't have an abundance of food for. So one of the issues I've probably run into with chickens, although they don't eat a lot, is that if I do get a whole bunch of chickens, I need to feed them grain, and, you know, I don't have a ton of grain. But all the flax isn't, doesn't fulfill the player's grain requirements very much. So it's not unreasonable to just shunt all of your flax out to your domestic animals. Now, pigs in the game do provide you a ton of meat. They're the best. They're the easiest, maybe, to ranch for food. Problem is, I just don't have the types of food that they want to eat in the quantity that they would require. That's why I haven't done Or farming. Or ranching. And I can go until my knife breaks, I guess. It's almost nighttime, and I think it's a somewhat reasonable task at night to replace broken tools. Good maintenance task. Although I might not even have the knife durability to get the last basket. May have to flint it. One of the other things I was considering is maybe it doesn't make sense to build a chicken hutch until I actually catch chickens. Oh, wow, that was perfect. Broke on the last one I needed. Do I have a scythe? I've made a scythe, I just don't have it with me. I can hear the traders squawking away. And I'll put a roof over those two spots. Technically speaking, the rooftop up here should not be low fertility soil. It should be packed dirt so that bunnies don't spawn up there and drop down on my farm. I think the chance of that is like slim to none, but I will take steps to prevent that. Looking up, I realized that non-packed dirt would potentially grow grass and allow bunnies to bypass the trap. If you wanted it the roof one higher, I'll do that now too. Okay. Where the trough is, I might move. Just because it could act as a bridge. It'd have to be a lucky animal, but I'll adjust it just in case. No, that would not be correct. There we go. Okay. Looks weird as hell, but should work. So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna have you guys polled. Yeah, go find the trap, bud. I mean, go find the food I left out for you. I'll poll if you want me to continue this project, because if you do, I'll build the coop tomorrow, and if you don't, I'll do something else. Yeah. I think improving my tools can be one of those, like, nighttime tasks that I do at night to pass the time. So I won't include it in the polls. What was that noise? Hearing some weird noises coming over this direction. That light lantern really lights it up, doesn't it? I can see home for really well illuminated. My new lamp is so much brighter? Yep. That is the benefit. Alright, I'm just mix and match. Grab another serving. And then let's get back up to the top. So we have prepared hides. Week 10. Okay, yeah. Everything looks good. Checking the farm. Seems like all the flax is now in the seventh phase, except for this one spot. I don't see cabbage fully ripe yet. But it has advanced. We have a bunch of 11 out of 12s. And then those one... Oh! No, these carrots are good to go. Let's replace it with flax. Don't really need to keep low fertility soil on me. Do I even have medium fertility soil around? I don't think I do. I think it's all up at the base. Not that it's rare. I mean, it takes a second to grab a new stack. And Team Chicken Coop wins again. Okay, cool. I think that manages the farm. I could water it, but I'd rather right now replace the broken tools and then... Oh, let's put the food away. And then if I still have more nighttime hours, I can do stuff like that. Some bowtorn, so some rift activity around me. 12 carrots is a nice harvest. Yeah. That with the moose meat makes for a good meal. Pretty good meal. Alright, current priority. Build, replacement, tools, and then build a chicken coop. So I think I'm going to try to design the chicken coop to look semi-realistic in that I'll have like a wooden fence type design, you know, instead of more quote-unquote meta. So that's what I'll work towards. Because of how often I use the knife, I don't think it's unreasonable to do a meteoric iron one, and I'll do the same for the shovel. I don't think I want a meteoric iron set of armor, just because of how... I mean, ooh, maybe I could have you guys polled on it. So you need 40 total ingots for like a full set of chainmail, and I do have a lot of meteoric iron pieces to be smelted. So, I don't know, maybe? But I think until I have more mechanical power, meaning at least one more set of sails, it doesn't really make sense to start armor smithing. Plus, I need the leather, because this is too slow to really make armor. Just my 2 cents. And then also, if I'm going to be tool making, let's disengage the health hammer at the top of its arc so it doesn't block my line of sight. Oh, I should not have Brent. Well, it's just flint. You know what? Flint tools don't matter. Throw them away. How hot is that? That's plenty hot. We want... What do we want? We want a knife blade and a shovel. Need a mod for a treadmill. Run on a treadmill like a duplicate so that I can get my tools quicker. I mean, I know this is like thumb on the scale, but honestly, creating goods that the traders will buy and then trying to buy linen is like, it's very possible that 4 linen is for sale right now, and all I would need to do is to have a few more gears to be able to buy it. Again, thumb on the scale, but buying 4 linen is within my price point. And if I had 4 linen, I could double the power output of the forge, which is why I keep offering it up as a potential. Because it would help out a lot to have that kind of power. And then once I have a health hammer that runs at a speed that I'm happy with, we can consider steel making or using the flax to build a sailboat. Provided that the series keeps getting the requisite votes in order to continue, 2 of the end game goals that I envisioned for myself from the onset was having a sailboat and having a elk. Because those are the 2 new things introduced into the game mechanics primarily for this patch. Alright, so I've got the meteoric iron shovel and the meteoric iron knife blade to replace the broken one I just broke. Alright, let's grab the saw. So in terms of fence, there's a bunch of different ways to make fences, but I think in order for it to look correct, I'm just, that's the pattern I'm going to go with, and it's going to be like a maple board fence. So let's just get tons of maple wood. And luckily we have sticks galore because of the hunt for resin. So that's something we have a lot of. No, not rough hewn. Not a gate. We want the regular fence. Alright. That's a crazy amount of fences. But I'll probably want tall fences, just as, like, predator proofing, I'd imagine. And then some gates. And then the rest of the boards, like, let's do wood slab. And if I need more maple, I can get more maple. That's not much of an issue. Alright, looking good. Put the saw away for now. It is about midnight. Oh, yeah, you thought I was going to make a whole bunch of gates? Yeah, I mean, that would be totally something I would do, but luckily I avoided that this time. I don't really need tongs in my offhand, do I? The answer is no, I don't. I don't know if the game is going to allow me to build unharassed, but we'll see. Here's my lantern. I was like, where did I put my lantern? There is some drifters about. And a shiver. Where is the rift they're coming? Oh, they're coming out of that rift. So that's pretty much exactly where I wanted to build. I think I am going to change the priority right now. Mine lignite. And the build a chicken coop. I'm lower. I'm not like out of lignite by any stretch of the imagination, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more lignite, as that's my main forging fuel. And exactly where I want to build the chicken coop happens to be completely overrun by monsters at the moment. And I don't want to, you know, there's an active rift there, so they're just going to keep respawning on me. So it doesn't really make sense to try to kill them all, and because they're just going to keep coming back. I do have black coal closer than brown coal. Yeah, maybe I'll mine anthracite. That's fine too. But basically, I just want a fuel. I don't care what. Now that I have an iron pick, it doesn't need to be lignite. So, yeah, perhaps I go for the anthracite. Because the lignite's down by the borax fields. That's right. Okay. I am gonna dump my wooden stuff for fencing here for later, because I don't need my inventory full of junk. And let's head to the black coal mine, just a little bit to the north. If I wanted enough lanterns to, yeah, I mean, I could mass produce lanterns now. The problem is the beeswax. Until I secure a supply of beeswax, it might make more sense to attempt to either do enough dungeoneering to get ancient torch holders, or to make brass torch holders myself. Because I am gonna venture a guess and say that getting a whole lot of beeswax may not be in the cards for me as a result of seasonal temperatures. I don't know if that's a reasonable goal at this point anymore. Was that packed dirt? No, place don't sand. I was like, have I been here? I mean, I probably have, but I haven't placed anything. Yeah, trying to find bees is not a good goal anymore, because it's too cold for them to spread. I think. I could do the bony soil candle sifting. It's just incredibly boring to watch and for me to do. So if I'm to do something like that, it's going to have to be a player suggestion. I'm not even going to put that on polls myself because it sounds so boring it's going to do physical pain to my brain. Let's illuminate this bad boy up. Block annoyances. And put a torch on the block annoyances area. I think also dungeons in this game could have candles. And once I have a little bit more, once I have some armor, we can go dungeoneering more safely. The problem is the sort of ruins and dungeons and the like. I don't mean like the in-game dungeon. What I mean is just like larger ruins that have some stuff to sift through. Can often be at danger level 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And I can only really handle, you know, enemy tier 0, given my nakedness. If you guys want me to try to create like a micro greenhouse to have bees swarm, I could try. I think it's probably too cold now. I don't know their coded temperature. If I knew exactly like their temperature minimum for swarming, maybe I would consider it. But as it's getting colder and colder and colder, because in game right now it's December 18th, as it's getting colder and colder and colder, I think that may no longer be a reasonable thing to consider. Do you think it's 0 Celsius for swarming? Yeah, if that's the case, then if it's any colder than -5, it can't happen. It is 3 in the morning in game. So I'll head back at like 5 in the morning. But we are heading back with stacks of anthracite. Can you freeze it to death? Yes. You can freeze to death. The inverse is not true. You can't, like, heat stroke to death. Does fire warm rooms? No. The only thing that will ever warm a room is that it gets the greenhouse designation, and all that does is add 5 degrees Celsius to the room. And beyond that, there is no heating in the game. Not yet. Or not without mods or something. I don't know if it's a planned feature, but I know that there's nothing I can do to heat up a room. Yeah, if I tried to beekeep day 1, it might have been possible. But yeah, it's not really all that possible anymore. You are correct about that. Yeah, room heating would be nice. It would be, to have like a nice hearth and to feed it like, you know, firewood or whatever. I mean, that's not unreasonable for the game to add. I think if it did add that, a very reasonable game balance would be to prevent... It would add complexity, but to prevent perennial plants from being greenhoused in the winter. Because in real life, even if you warm... you know, some crops are seasonal. And actually, now that it reminds me, Project Zomboid just introduced this concept with the farming overhaul of Build 42, but not all crops can be farmed year-round, even if the light levels and heat levels are appropriate. So I think if they ever introduced room heating, they'll also, in the same patch, have to introduce perennial crops. So some things would allow you to only grow within a certain season, and then some things don't care. I think that would be a reasonable way to go about it. I think we're pretty close to getting rid of this whole node. So I'm just gonna... It's 5 a.m., which is when I said I would turn back, but I'm just gonna stay here until the node is gone. I think this is one of 2 black coal nodes I found around here, if I'm not mistaken. So even if we fully mine this out, there's still more elsewhere. Alright, that's the whole thing. I'll do a... no, I do have my pro pick. I'll do a little pro pick test to make sure there's nothing around. Oh, there's lead around here. Okay. If I wanted, like, leaded windows. So I'm gonna delete the black hole mine. And I'll do a chunk search over here. Flint, lead. I already have lead marked down. I came down with 5 torches. I leave with 5 torches. Sounds like I have a group of wolves out here. Apparently weren't camping my exit, so I'm out of here. I'll put this coal away. And then get building on the little hutch. Or maybe I'll check the traps first. So the other thing about the animals, they don't survive forever within a crate. So if you do end up trapping some, you need to go fetch them before they perish from, you know, being neglected and stuck in a crate. That's a really cool cave entrance. Just the way it looks. I wish more caves rendered like that. It's quite a bit of coal. Yep. I got the black lung now. I was very naughty for Christmas. Yeah, I was straight Grinchin' and ended up with stacks of black coal. All for the forge, my friends. Evil for a reason. Yoda is losing his mind behind me. He's like grunting and digging. Oh, buddy. No, I don't want to... The game thinks I'm trying to put a sign on the crate. I was like, no, I'm putting the coal away. It sounds to me like we've got a fair bit of wind. I could be mistaken. I've got 283 black coal. I like it. Am I wrong about the wind? Oh no, I'm very wrong. Sometimes Yoda just needs his brain reset. No, he's still being a little gremlin troll. Oh, he settled in. Good. Alright, before I start, I'll quickly check the traps. And then we'll break ground. I don't tend for so in terms of design, it needs to be large enough for me to interact with like their food source without necessarily disturbing the egg laying process. So that's one such design that I'm gonna have to consider. I vaguely remember filling this hole in, but maybe that's just my imagination. I was like, huh, this is a deadly pitfall. I will fill this in. Yeah, maybe I'm just imagining that. I don't want to come to this trader anymore, or to my chicken traps, and just like fall to my doom. That'd be a really dumb way to die. There. Not a problem now. I will be fighting those boars in a minute, though. Because another way to like light things up is oil lamps. They don't cast a lot of light, but it's better than nothing. We got equal parts diddly and squat down there. All right. I could try baiting the individual traps themselves with like turnips, I guess, or something. We'll see. Awesome. I'm so glad I left 0% nutrition in the in that bowl. I guess we were just like licking the bowl or something. I don't know. Like that old cartoon of like cutting the bread so thin it's translucent, transparent. Or is that a piglet? No, it's a poodoo deer. Really? You're running at me? Oh, well, I guess you estimated my accuracy correctly. Fair play. But I got a second chance. That's a tiny carcass for a poodoo. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch, December 26th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.